Hello students, today I am going to explain two very important topics of probability, and these are random variable and probability distribution. To understand the concept of random variable, let me take one very simple example. You come across of this experiment many a times in each and every type of questions. There you have find out the probability of getting one head, getting two heads, getting at least one head. So such type of cases you have dealt with. But today I am going to take this experiment in a new way. Like if the question is what are the number of heads that can be seen, that can happen in this experiment, then what will be your answer? Clearly, your answer will be 0, 1, 2. Why this is so? Because when we are throwing two coins, so it may happen that on both the coins we are having tails. So means getting head on both the coins is 0. The second case may be on one of the coin we may have tail and another coin we may have head, and the situation is like first coin is having head and second coin is having tail. So here in this case we are having head for one time. The next case may be that on both the coins we may have head. So if we are talking about number of heads in the experiment of tossing a coin two times, then the number of heads may be 0, 1 or 2. So these numbers are called random variables. 0, 1, 2 are called random variables, and we represent random variables usually with English letter X. Let me take one more example. The second experiment is tossing two dice together. So in this case, you have studied questions like what is the probability of getting a doublet, or you have studied like what is the probability of getting the sum as 9, what is the probability of getting even number on both the dice, etc. So such type of questions you have studied. Now, if we want to change the question, then we can ask like what is the possibilities of sum of numbers on two dice. In that case, your answer will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. How this is so? Because when we are throwing two dice, maybe the two dice have 1 on each. So what is the sum of these two? The sum is 2. Similarly, may happen that one of the die has number 1 and another die may have number 2. So we are having the sum as 3, and the case may be revert that first die may have 2 and the second die may have 1. So in this case again the sum is 3. Similarly, for the case having sum 4, now you can understood that both the dice are having 2, 2, or one of the die has 1 and another die has 3 on it, or the case may be first die have 3 on it, second die have 1 on it. So in all we are getting the sum as 4. Similarly, we can have these sums for different cases as I just explained over here. So when we are talking about differently means the sum of numbers on the two dice, then we are getting a series of numbers, and this series of numbers is again X, that is the random variable. So we can define a random variable as a real valued function whose domain is a sample space of random experiment. As you have observed in the two examples that the values that we are getting 0, 1, 2, and corresponding to these values we are having the outcomes which are the domain of sample space, because you know very well that sample space in this case is HH, HT, TH and TT. So which is same as we are getting these outcomes. Random variable is of two types. One is discrete random variable and other is continuous random variable. So let me take definition of these two as well. Continuous random variable is that one which takes any possible value between the given limits. As for example, let us take in a class there are 10 students having their ages like 15, 18, 20, 15, 19, 20, 21, 16, 15, 16. So in this case, we need to go with these values only. Means x will be like the first value is 15 over here. So we'll take 15. Next value is 16. Then we are having the value as 18. Then 19, 20, 21. So these will be the values of x. Means we will go or we will take the values between the given limits. Now let me discuss about probability distribution, because after calculating random variable for a given problem, we'll come to calculate probability distribution for this random variable. So it is very important to discuss these two topics together and to discuss their examples together. So to discuss about probability distribution, let me continue with the same examples that I have taken for random variable. In the experiment of tossing a coin 2 times, as I told you that if we take the case of number of heads, and let me name this as x, means the random variable is defined as number of heads, then we are having the values of x as 0, 1, 2. Now we will calculate probabilities for all these three cases, and this calculation of probabilities for these three cases will be the probability distribution for this problem. Let me calculate. P x is equal to 0. This is our first case. So as we know that x is equal to 0 means we have no success. And what is the meaning of getting no success? Our success is number of heads, and 0 means we are not getting any head. It means we are getting only tails. As I explained that when we throw two coins, the first case x is equal to 0 means we are getting no success or we are getting no heads. It means we are getting tail on both the coins. So clearly probability of this case will be 1 by 4. In second case, we are having P for x is equal to 1. So as I explained, for this we may have two cases, HT or probability of TH. As I just explained, on first coin we may have tail, on second coin head, and the second case may be head on first coin and tail on second coin. These two I have written. Any one of the case may happen. That's why we have taken both of the cases over here. So therefore the probability will be 1 by 4 plus 1 by 4, and therefore we are getting 1 by 2 over here. Now the next case is when x is equal to 2. In this case we have probability of getting both success. Success means head on both the coins, as head on first coin and head on second coins, means number of success are 2. So therefore again the probability of this case is 1 by 4. Now the probability distribution table is to be made by writing x and px. X means the random variable and Px means the corresponding probability for the random variable. As in this case, we are having random variables as 0, 1 and 2, and the probabilities that we are having for 0 it is 1 by 4, for 1 it is 1 by 2, and for 2 we are getting 1 by 4. So this is the probability distribution table, and in any of the question if it is asked that find the probability distribution for the given experiment, then we need to do all these steps. One thing more you should know over here, and that is very important, which is the sum of all these probabilities will always be 1. Why this is so? Because we are covering all the cases of an event. What is event? Event is getting number of heads. We are calculating number of heads, and in number of heads we are taking all the cases. So means the probability of all these cases will be 1, and this will be in each and every problem. Let us come to the other experiment. It is tossing 2 dice, and we need to find out probability distribution of sum of numbers on 2 dice. Here we can define random variable as sum of numbers on 2 dice. So as I explained, the values of x will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. And now we need to calculate probability distribution. It means we need to calculate probability for each of the value of x. So let us take one by one. First one, probability when x is equal to 2. So clearly we are talking about the sum as 2, and sum as 2 means probability of getting 1 and 1. Means the case of getting sum as 2, we are having only one outcome out of the sample space which will satisfy the condition. So we know that probability of this case is 1 upon 36. I hope there is no need to explain how are we getting 1 upon 36. You know this thing very well. Now the next case is probability when x is equal to 3. So here the cases may be 1, 2 or 2, 1. So out of the sample space we are having 2 favorable outcomes which will satisfy the given condition. So therefore the probability of these is 1 upon 36 plus 1 upon 36. So therefore the probability is 1 upon 18 for the case when x is equal to 3. Now let us take the third case where probability when x is equal to 4. Now let us write all the cases when we can have the sum as 4. You know this thing, it is 1, 3 or probability 3, 1 or probability 2, 2. All the 3 cases satisfy the condition, and we know the probabilities of these will be 3 upon 36, or you can write it as 1 upon 12. So similarly, you need to calculate the probabilities for all these cases, and that will give you the probability distribution table for the given problem. And you will frame the probability distribution table as x and px. X here we are having 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and probabilities for these we have calculated 1 upon 36 for 2 as sum, 1 upon 18 for sum as 3, 1 upon 12 for sum as 4. Similar wise calculate probabilities for all these cases and complete the table, and you will find that sum of all these probabilities will be 1. Now let me take next example. Find the probability distribution of number of successes in 2 tosses of a die where success is defined as number greater than 4. Here the question is given in terms of success, and success is a number greater than 4. It means when we are talking about random variable x, so then x is the case where number on two dice is greater than 4. So on the basis of this success, values of x means the random variable are 0, 1, 2. Why this is so? X is equal to 0 means we do not have number greater than 4 on any of the dice. Means we are having numbers which are less than 4 on both the dice. For example, let me take on one of the dice we may have 1 and on another dice we may have 3. Similarly, you may take more. On one of the dice we may have 2 and on another dice we may have 3. So these cases may be there, means when success is 0 means no success. X is equal to 1 means on one of the dice we are having number less than 4 and on another number we are having number greater than 4. Like let me have number 5 on the second die. Or the case may be revert, that is on first die we may have number greater than 4, on second number we may have number less than 4. So therefore in this case the number of success will be 1 out of 2. Then x is equal to 2 shows that on both the dice we are having number greater than 4. On one of the die we are having 5 and on another die we may have 6. So in this case, we can define that x is equal to 0, 1 and 2 for the given problem. I hope you understood that how to calculate random variable. Now we need to calculate probability distribution. But before that, let us calculate the probability for success and probability for not success. So as success is a number greater than 4 means the favorable numbers are 5 and 6, and not success means the number not greater than 4, or we can say the number less than or equal to 4, which means we are having 4 outcomes, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So therefore probability of success is 2 upon 6 and probability of not success is 4 upon 6. Now let us calculate probability distribution. So very first, probability when x is equal to 0. So in this case we are having probability of not success and not success. So therefore, and we have calculated probability of not success as 4 upon 6. So therefore 4 upon 6 into 4 upon 6, or you may have answer as 4 upon 9. Second case is probability when x is equal to 1. So for this we are having probability of success and not success, or probability of not success and success. So as we have calculated, probability of success is 2 by 6. So it is 2 by 6 into 4 by 6 plus 4 by 6 into 2 by 6, which is equal to 4 upon 9. The third case is probability when x is equal to 2. So clearly we are having probability of success and success. We can write it as probability of success is given 2 upon 6 and 2 upon 6. Therefore the result is 1 upon 9. Now we can write the distribution table as x and px. X we are getting 0, 1, 2, and px we are getting 4 upon 9, 4 upon 9 and 1 upon 9. So clearly this is the distribution table, and the sum of these probabilities we are getting 1. Let us come to one more type of example. In this example we are having a bag which contains 3 white and 4 red balls. 3 balls are drawn one by one with replacement. With replacement means the case is of independent event. Find the probability distribution of number of red balls. What does it mean? We need to find out the probability distribution when success is defined as number of red balls. So let us define first of all random variable. Random variable x here is defined as number of red balls. Let us write the values of x. We are drawing 3 balls. So clearly out of the 3 balls, we may have that when we draw 3 balls, no ball is red. Means x is equal to 0, or we can say we get no success. X is equal to 1 means we are having only one red ball and others are non-red. Means we are getting only one success. X is equal to 2 means we are getting 2 success, that is 2 red ball, and third one is not red. And x is equal to 3 means all the 3 balls are red, or we can say that we are getting all the 3 successes. Now let us calculate probability of success and not success. Here success is red ball and not success is not red ball, or you can say white ball, because we are having only 2 colored balls. So if it is not red, then it is white. So let us calculate probability. So PS means probability of success is clearly 4 upon 7. So it is 4 upon 7, and P not success, that is getting white ball, is 3 upon 7. Now let us calculate probabilities for all these cases. So very first case is probability when x is equal to 0. So clearly this will be defined as probability of not success, and not success. Means we can write 3 upon 7 into 3 upon 7 into 3 upon 7. So we are getting 27 upon 343. Next, second case is probability when x is equal to 1. Clearly we are having 3 cases over here. First case is success on first ball, means first ball is red, second ball is not red, third ball is not red. Or the case may be first ball is not red, second ball is red, and third ball is not red. Or the case may be not red, and red. So therefore we are getting probabilities as 4 upon 7 into 3 upon 7 into 3 upon 7 plus 3 upon 7 into 4 upon 7 into 3 upon 7 plus 3 upon 7 into 3 upon 7 into 4 upon 7. All the 3 are same, so we can write it as 3 into the multiplication of all these, that is 36 upon 343, and this is equal to 108 upon 343. Now the next case, that is when we are having x is equal to 2. So in this case again we are having 3 cases. Probability of first is red ball, second is red ball, but third is not red. Or the case may be probability of success means red ball, first is red ball, second is not red, and third is red. Or the case may be probability of not red, and red. So these 3 cases may be there, and the probabilities of these 3 cases are 4 by 7 into 4 by 7 into 3 by 7 plus 4 by 7 into 3 by 7 into 4 by 7 plus 3 by 7 into 4 by 7 into 4 by 7. So we are getting the same values in all the 3. So therefore we can write it as 3 into 48 upon 343. That is, we are getting 144 upon 343 as the probability of 2 success. Now the fourth case is probability when x is equal to 3 means all 3 are success. In this case we are having only one outcome, that is success, success and success. So in this case we are getting 4 by 7 into 4 by 7 into 4 by 7. So 64 upon 343 is the probability that all the 3 are success. Now we can write this result in table of probability distribution. X, Px, x is 0, 1, 2, 3 and the probabilities are 27 upon 343, 108 upon 343, 144 upon 343 and 64 upon 343. Clearly the sum of all probabilities equal to 1. Now let me take the same problem with only one change, and the change is here I have taken with replacement, that is independent event. Now let me change this question by changing this word with without replacement. So the same example, only the change I have done is without replacement. So in this case we'll write in the same way that where x is defined as number of red balls and the values of x are 0, 1, 2 and 3 and probability of success is 4 upon 7 and probability of not success is 3 upon 7. The same way we'll attempt this question in the same way as we have done earlier. Only change is when we'll take case number 1, that is Px is equal to 0, means the case when there is no success, we'll write here P not success, not success, not success. But when we write the probabilities, as this case is without replacement, so therefore number of balls get reduced after every draw. So it means in first case it is 3 by 7, in second case it is 2 by 6 and in third case it is 1 upon 5. So we will reduce the number of balls in each draw as this is the dependent event case, and you can write this result in another way also, and this way is 3C3 upon 7C3 means using combination process. We have drawn 3 balls, white balls out of 3 white balls, and in total we have drawn 3 balls out of 7 balls. So you can write this result in this way or in this way. But in previous case means when the case is with replacement, we cannot write the result in the form of combination. Second case is when probability is x is equal to 1. So in this case, as I told you, we will be having 3 cases. So for these 3 cases, we'll go in the same way as I have written. One case is success, then not success, not success, plus probability of not success, success, not success, plus probability of not success, not success, success. One way is you can write it as like it is success means 4 upon 7 into 3 upon 6 into 2 upon 5 because total 3 white balls are there. So in second draw we are having 3 white ball out of 6 plus we are having here 3 upon 7 into 4 upon 6 into 2 upon 5 plus 3 upon 7 into 2 upon 6 into 4 upon 5. Or you can express this result, the whole result, the 3 cases in one of the way, and that is in combination. It can be written as 3C2 multiplied by 4C1 upon 7C3. We are drawing 1 red ball out of 4 and 2 white ball out of 3 and total 3 ball out of 7. So we can represent the whole result as this only in the form of combination also. But again I am reminding you that this combination can be used only in the case of dependent events, means when without replacement case is there. Third case is probability when x is equal to 2. So in this case we can express the result by we can have 2 success and 1 not success, means 2 red balls. So this result can be represented in the form of combination as 3c1 into 4c2 upon 7c3, or you may have to write 3 cases and their probabilities like this. And the last case is number 4, probability when x is equal to 3. In this case, we are having 4c3 upon 7c3, or you may write in this form. So this is your choice. You may use any of the method to attempt this question. So this is the way we have to differentiate the solution when it is with replacement or when it is without replacement. So you should read the question carefully, and only after that you should attempt the question. Let me take one more example. A class has 15 students whose ages are given to us. One student is selected in such a manner that each has the same chance of being chosen, and the age of x of selected student is recorded. What is the probability distribution of x? Clearly, here x is defined as age of student, and each student is chosen by the same chance. It means the chosen of student is unbiased. So x means random variable will having the value as, let us select values from here. It is 14, then we are having 15 also, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 and 21. All these are the values which are covered in this table. Now we need to calculate probability. Here there is no need to calculate P success and P not success differently, because directly we can calculate it from the table. So the very first case, probability when x is equal to 14. We are getting probability of 14 as here 1, 2, only 2 students are having their age as 14 out of 15. So therefore the probability is 2 upon 15. Second is probability when x is equal to 15. So here the probability is 15-1. So only one student is having age as 15. Therefore probability is 1 upon 15. Now the next case is probability when x is equal to 16. Let us find out how many students are having their age as 16. So it is 1, 2. 2 students are having their age as 16. So therefore the probability is 2 upon 50. Similarly, you can calculate probability for each age group of the student. And finally, you can write down the result in a table, that is probability distribution table. So this was all about random variable and probability distribution. Here we have discussed no other formula. We have used the same formulas of probability that we have used in our previous classes as well as in our previous section of class 12. So to attempt the questions of probability, it is very important to read the question carefully, because as you have observed in all the topics, only the change in statement is there a little bit. You need to observe that change, and after observing that change, you can attempt the question very easily. Once you come to know that the question is from which topic, I hope you can attempt it very easily. So I suggest you to solve as many questions as you can do, because practice makes a man perfect.